Most people misunderstand what it takes to manifest success. They believe manifestation is simply sitting in a quiet room, closing their eyes, and wishing for wealth to magically appear at their doorstep. But ancient philosophy teaches us a very different reality. The Stoics, emperors, warriors, and merchants did not rely on magic. They relied on mastery. They understood that your life eventually reflects the standards, habits, and character you practice every day. Welcome to Inspiring Stories. Today, we are going to explore the 10 brutal, yet life-changing Stoic rules that will help you manifest the life, the success, and the wealth you desire. If you apply these principles, you will stop chasing success, and instead, you will build a mind that success naturally follows. Watch until the end, because the 10th rule is the absolute foundation of everything. Let us begin. Rule number 1. Separate the internal from the external. The Greek philosopher Epictetus famously taught that our greatest source of suffering comes from trying to control things outside of our power. The economy, the opinions of your competitors, the algorithm, the market, these are out of your hands. If your happiness and focus depend on external validation, you will always be a slave to circumstances. To manifest true wealth, you must redirect 100% of your energy into what you can control: your daily habits, your work ethic, your attitude, and your decisions. You can't control the storm, but you can become the captain who navigates through it. Rule number 2. Do not just accept your struggles, fall in love with them. The concept of amor fati, which translates to a love of one's fate, is central to mental resilience. When a weak person faces a financial loss or a major setback, they ask, "Why is this happening to me?" When a Stoic faces the exact same failure, they ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" Marcus Aurelius wrote in his private journal that a blazing fire turns everything thrown into it into flame and brightness. To build lasting success, you must view every rejection, every failure, and every closed door not as a punishment, but as the exact fuel you need to grow stronger. Rule number 3. Build wealth by mastering your desires. We live in a world that constantly tells us we need more. More clothes, a better car, a bigger house. But the Stoic philosopher Seneca gave us a brilliant definition of wealth. He stated that it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is truly poor. Financial manifestation begins with financial discipline. If you cannot control your impulses to spend, earning $1 million will not save you. By mastering your desires, you create a surplus of energy and resources. You stop acting out of desperation, and you start making logical, high-value decisions. Rule number 4. Value your time more than your money. People are deeply protective of their bank accounts. If someone tries to steal your wallet, you will fight back. Yet every single day, we allow people, social media, and meaningless drama to steal hours of our time without putting up a fight. Seneca addressed this beautifully in his essay on the shortness of life. He observed that people are careful with their possessions, yet waste the one thing they can never get back: time. If you want to manifest massive success, audit your day. Reclaim your wasted hours and invest them into your vision. Rule number 5. Detach your actions from your feelings. Most people wait for motivation. They wait to feel inspired before they start working on their business or their goals. Stoics do not rely on feelings. They rely on duty. Even Marcus Aurelius faced mornings when comfort called louder than responsibility. But he reminded himself that he was born to do meaningful work, not to stay where life felt easy. Wealth is built on the days you do not feel like working. It is built through consistent execution. You do the task because it is required, regardless of whether you feel happy, sad, motivated, or tired. Rule number 6. Anticipate the worst to remain unshaken. Modern manifestation gurus tell you to think only positive thoughts. The Stoics took a different approach. They practiced premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of difficulties. They intentionally imagined losing their wealth, their status, or their business. Why? Because when you have already mentally survived the worst-case scenario, fear loses its grip on you. You no longer make decisions from anxiety. You take calculated, bold risks because you know that even if everything falls apart, your inner strength remains untouched. Rule number 7. Shift your identity from consumption to creation. The modern world is designed to make you a consumer. A consumer of content, a consumer of products, a consumer of distractions. True wealth is built by those who create. If you spend 4 hours a day consuming entertainment, you are helping build someone else's dream. If you spend those same 4 hours creating a product, building a brand, or learning a valuable skill, you are building your own. Create more than you consume. That single habit can change the direction of your life. Rule number 8. Choose the struggle over the comfort. Manifesting your ideal reality takes time. We often want overnight success, but real growth is never built that way. Think of a blacksmith forging steel. The metal becomes stronger only after enduring intense heat, pressure, and repeated strikes. Without the fire, it remains weak. Without the struggle, it never reaches its full strength. Your journey to wealth is no different. Every challenge, setback, and obstacle is shaping you into the person capable of handling greater success. The struggle is not a sign that you are failing. It is proof that you are being forged. Embrace the discomfort. One day, you will realize it was the very thing that made you stronger. Rule number 9. Guard your associations. Epictetus issued a clear warning about the people we surround ourselves with. If you associate with people who constantly complain, avoid responsibility, and think negatively, their habits will eventually become your habits. You cannot build $1 million life while surrounding yourself with a zero-growth mindset. If you want to elevate your life, elevate your circle. Seek out people who challenge you. People who discuss ideas instead of gossip. People who demand excellence from themselves. Rule number 10. Action is the only true philosophy. You can read every book on Stoicism. You can memorize the words of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus. You can watch hundreds of motivational videos. But as Epictetus wisely taught, philosophy means nothing if it is not lived. Knowledge without execution is nothing but an illusion of progress. Manifestation is the bridge between a clear vision and relentless daily action. Start the business, make the investment, learn the skill, cut the toxic habit. Take the first step, because action is where transformation begins. Wealth and success are not reserved for the lucky. They are reserved for the disciplined. The disciplined mind creates its own luck. Which of these 10 Stoic rules are you going to implement today? Let me know in the comments below. And if you are ready to stop wishing and start building, subscribe to Inspiring Stories. Don't run from the fire. Let it forge you. See you in the next one.